The fancy word for stories is narratives. Everyone lives in narratives. Every fashion out there is a narrative that's being created. Sports cars are a certain narrative. SUVs have a certain narrative. Those giant monster SUVs, they're another narrative. Then there's like narratives of the Hasidic community. There's the narrative of the Holocaust survivors. There's the narrative of being a New Yorker. While there's another narrative that takes place in California. There's the narrative of your personal family. There's the narrative of the things that happened to you when you were a kid that created the story of your life. All of us live inside narratives. The problem is that a lot of the narratives are not necessarily very functional. Some of our narratives are dysfunctional. And those dysfunctional narratives can be ended, meaning we can stop telling the story. You don't have to keep telling that story. Now, why would anyone tell a story that's not functional? And the answer is because people are afraid of not having an identity. So like, I'll even have a negative story surrounding my life. I'll have negative narratives as long as, well, now I'm somebody. I'm the person with this complaint, or I'm the person with this, frustration, or this blockage, or this relationship issue that keeps coming up in all my relationships. Those are stories. They're the stories that we tell. And the opportunity is right here and right now to finally start taking responsibilities for the stories that you tell. The time is now to take responsibility for the stories you tell, to really own it. Yeah, stuff happened when you were a kid, and someone was mean, and someone was whatever, and things happened, but they happened. Past tense. Who keeps telling the story? I mean, do people call you and remind you? Oh, can I remind you of all your issues? Can I tell you about your story you're in? No one does that. No one's doing that. You're doing it. Today is the day to stop telling that story. If your story about yourself, and it's not just one story, it's layers of stories, if it doesn't inspire you, let it go. Just drop it. Well, you might say to yourself, I can't just drop it. I mean, it's all I know. Okay, well then, figure out how you can drop it. Start today. Drop your story and be a pleasure for those who love you, for those who share their lives with you, for those who work with you, for your community. You be a pleasure. Drop your stories and start creating stories that you love, stories that inspire you, stories about you that really draw out the greatness that you are.